All righty, Coach. Obviously a big day for these two, Evan and Zion, going to two big-time Power 4 schools. And we'll start with Evan a little bit. Just kind of what have you seen from him, and kind of what are the emotions that you've had from today?
Well, seeing him, because he, the last 2 years ago, he played corner and played every snap at corner because of his body type, and he got in the weight room, put on some weight, and put on some height. He just fits the mold as a safety. And he said, Evan, we had 3 corners, we have 1 safety. We need another safety. He said, I'll do whatever I need to do, and that's who he is. And moved him to safety, figured it out, worked hard every day, and became a big-time safety. And it's paid off because this offer came later. And but the upside of him, he's played 1 year at safety, so there's a lot for him to learn, and he is not afraid to get out there and mix it up. We're excited about him and excited about extending our viewing area of where our kids go. I mean, you got to have some guts to be able to make that trip and not be afraid. He is, and he's not. And so we expect huge things out of Evan.
Yeah, no, obviously going up to Michigan State, definitely a bit of a climate change compared to down here.
Yeah.
It's nice in the 60s, basically early December. It's over there maybe above freezing. So,
right.
Just kind of bouncing off that. How have you kind of seen him grow as a person and as a leader, and just all the things off the field since he got here?
Well, he's always been a leader. Age does not define that. You don't automatically become a leader when you become a senior. He's been leading for a long time, and that's who he is. And so what he has done is he's worked when nobody's looking, and it doesn't matter what people do. He is very self-motivated, and so you look up and the light's on in the weight room, and there he is. He's by himself. He doesn't have to have somebody watching him to do what's right, and so the great ones are that way. They're self-motivated. They don't need somebody motivating them or telling them what to do or how to do it. They figure out how to do it, and so that's how he is. But I do think he's got a bigger coat on the Christmas list this year.
Yeah, I'd hope so, especially with all the snow and wind chills that they got going up there at Michigan State. But kind of moving on to Zion, obviously I talked to you about him earlier in the year. So, just how have you seen him grow as the years have gone?
Well, he's such a big kid. He's such a massive kid. You forget he's, when he was 16 or 17, he's 16 years old, and so he's still a kid. And both of these two are, kids that they're high level kids, but he's got the body right now. You just got to get down there. He's going to be an early grad. He's going in January. He'll enroll there. So he'll get the spring this year, a free spring of getting adjusted to the town there, and just the schedule and the procedure of what he has to do there. I know they're talking to Coach Davis. There's big things expected out of him early, and when you have a body like he is and as big and strong as he is, those guys can contribute early in it. It's just the mental part of it is what he's got, what he's all freshmen have to deal with, and so I'm excited. I'm glad he's going in December or January. Excuse me. I'm glad he's going down there to get an extra, just a start on it, and so fired up about being able to watch him. And they're high profile, and they're going to be on TV. We're going to get to see him quite a bit.
Yeah, no, especially Death Valley under the lights.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's more than 2 primetime spots that are better than LSU has. So definitely a lot of opportunities to see him on the field, especially with a guy who's as big as he is, can definitely contribute in the run game. And with all these SEC teams, they're going to be running the ball a lot. I know it's a passing league. They're going to be running the ball a lot. You're going to see him out on the field quite a bit. And just kind of last question I have is about both of them. Obviously, you said Evans' offer from Michigan State came in a little bit later. Zion's been committed since July to LSU.
Right.
So kind of, I know it's been a while, but just kind of go back to those moments whenever they came up to you and said, hey, I'm going to LSU. Hey, I'm going to Michigan State.
Right. Well, it is such a huge decision and life-changing decision for these 18-year-old kids. It defines their future of what they're going to be, or who they're going to be, and where they're going to be at. And people don't understand. You're telling that 17-year-old kid when they have to commit normally, or that 18-year-old kid, this decision here will define the rest of your life. It will affect your children. It affects your everything. You know, there's a lot of people out there that have no idea what they're doing when they're 18. There's people out there that are 30 years old, still don't know what they're doing. So it's a lot of pressure on these kids. And so with good people around them, family around them, helping them guide this, coaches that are recruiting them, helping them, they make the decisions they make, and then they move forward with it. And so really excited. I know it's a load off once they figure it out, because it is very, very, it's the most important decision they ever make. And so proud of the way these two handled it. I'm proud of the way they handled it, especially EY during the season, because it was still going on during the season. He stayed focused on what we were doing here. Just proud of how they handled it, and it doesn't surprise us. Very high-level thinkers, and just really, really happy for them and very proud of how they handled it.
Yeah, Coach, and then this is the last question I've got. Obviously, the season ended a couple of weeks ago, and not the result that you wanted, but still a really good season that you guys had. District champions outright. Can't say that for a lot of schools around here. So just kind of talk about this last season, and just this team as a whole.
Well, these are two of the 40 that we had. Real close group of seniors. We knew it. We've been watching this group since they were in the 6th grade. They've stuck together. Very unselfish group. Everybody kind of knew their role. Now, they competed with each other to try to get more snaps and all, but they all had roles, and they fought to the bitter end, and that's all you can ask for. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, but how you handle that, how you handle what happens, really defines who you are. And so it was a wonderful group. I love these guys. They'll always be, top 5 groups that we've ever had here, just because of how they handled it. And in talking to the underclassmen yesterday, they have seen how it's supposed to work. There's a template on how it's supposed to be handled. Now it's up to them to be able to get as close to that as they can. Every group's different, but they sure were showed how to do it, and what happens when you do it that way, you become successful.